Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all over the world. Dobson777a here. Well, it's been a long week and watching the metals really taking a pretty good dump. I just threw a charts up on a video for the members. So, silver, gold, platinum members all just had a video posted for them. I'll probably release the video to the rest of the folks tomorrow, but that is some premium content I just did. Hey, David Lee. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Gold is back on the center line. Silver's taken a pretty good dump over the last 30 days. So I think gold was down off the top of my head. I'm going to say, like 3% over the last 30 days, but silver's down like 15%. Hey, Greg Steinberg. So that's pretty good. In fact, I would say from the peak on silver's dropped $5. That's a big number. It's just below 23 bucks right now. So that's a big drop. So I hope everybody's been having a good week. Yeah, things have been working out really well. My new girlfriend is shopping for a sports car, so I've been enjoying doing that. We've been looking at the Mustangs, and I think we're settling on a GT, but I don't know. There's so much to look out there. I really like the Fords because there's a lot of things you can do for optimizing the way you would like to. But it's I played the game before where I bought like my Nissan truck. I love that truck, but there really wasn't a lot of options out there where you could customize it and improve it. Yet if you buy the Ford or Chevy or something, there's tons of aftermarket things to improve. So I'm kind of curious if you guys have been playing in those areas or not. It's kind of fun to have a little toy. So, anyways, 2 thumbs up, 13 people watching, and we are 2 minutes in. So that's kind of what's happening. So right now, gold is on the center line, shooting for, I forget what it said in the video. Let's say 1957 or something towards the end of the year, but that's for the center line, and there's a tolerance on above and below that as well in the pitchfork chart. I also plotted year to date, platinum and silver and gold miners and everything all on the same chart, so you can see how they were performing. But again, that's kind of like premium content for folks. I know all week people were asking, what's going on? Where are we on the chart? We're good. Silver doesn't really fit on a chart anywhere because it just was range bound and then just popped up. So it's hard to know what's going on. Wow, Calvin State is on his 22nd wedding anniversary. Fantastic. I'm here and listening to you. Greetings, Robert. That's amazing. Yeah, the next stimulus is probably going to do that. The Feds decided to kind of stay pat. It's getting too close to the election, and they don't want to look like they're manipulating the election. That was another thing I probably could have talked about in the video, but I felt time constrained knowing that this thing was coming on at 9 o'clock. So I just I gave you a quick 10-minute video to get it out there for everyone. Man, that's great. 22nd wedding anniversary. I wish you better luck than what I got through when I got to 35th. Things are brightening up again, though. Starting to look better. So what else is going on? Anybody buying right now, precious metals, or are you just sitting back waiting to see if a bottom comes in? I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are. We're right on the center line. We're not necessarily overpriced. We're not necessarily underpriced. We're right on the center line. Not a bad place to buy if you need to like dollar cost average in. You don't get too many of those like March, whatever it was, March 16th this year, where that was a super duper price. Holy crap, man, you were with someone for 29 years, and now you're on your 22nd marriage for 22 years. That's fantastic. I'm hoping I get another 30 plus years. I'm too old for this crap. Oh, so DW is in the house and he went and got himself an ounce and a quarter of gold. Anybody else buying any? Oh, where do we find the info on miner investing? So Jeremy, if you look in my directories, I have different directories for different things, but under the I think it's called investing in tangible assets or something. That's where I'm filing a lot of these reports, and you will be able to see specifically how to invest in miners. In fact, I just did a video not that long ago that was it earlier in the week or last weekend or something? I talked about how I constructed the ETF miner portfolio and gave you exactly the percentages, and that's keeping up with everything. And it's only 5 different ETFs, and it was up like 40% before the gold went down, but I think it's still up 33% for the year. Do I have a website? No, I just have. Well, truthfully, I paid for a website a year ago and I never populated the thing. There just hadn't been time. I'm hoping to be able to get that thing up because I plan to drop some more detailed reports for you guys out there that you can pick up. But I just have the YouTube channel, and there's directories for the content. I probably should go ahead and get the. I probably should be getting the setting it up where miners are separately, but I kind of commingle because my reports kind of have a whole bunch of stuff mixed in together. I'm getting something from my girlfriend here. She says, I don't want to fall in love again. I want to grow in love. Everything that falls gets broken, and everything that grows gets stronger. That's pretty deep. I agree. I did a video, when was that? A couple days ago? I'll probably give you a little more information later, but it was really interesting that her previous husband's last name is the same as mine. She still wasn't carrying that name, so it's not like we both have the same last name right now, but she did have it in her first marriage that lasted for many years. So that was quite interesting. No relation that I'm aware of. I haven't been able to find any yet, but what are the odds of that? That's really weird stuff. And there's a bunch of other smaller things too. Even his middle name was the same as mine. Good grief. Makes you wonder sometimes how God works on some of this stuff. So Jeremy, if you go to the YouTube channel, there's just different directories, and then you click on the directories and you'll see specific information within that directory. Yeah, well, it's always my mistake not to put the phone on airplane mode or something else, but I've got kids, my own kids are scattered all over the place, and I hate to have the phone off except for in the middle of the night when I want my beautiful sleep, so I do that. Anyways, I will tell you this, it's much better to focus on one person than what I'd been doing, dating all these YouTube channel, or not YouTube, these dating sites. What a pain in the butt that was. Chung Choi is in the house. Yeah, it's much nicer to just focus on one person. So I'm really happy. I really enjoyed, we even looked at F-250s. Those are, God, have you guys looked at the price of trucks lately? Holy mackerel. The doggone F-250s, they have like either the Platinum or the, what's the other one called? King Ranch. $80,000 for a stinking truck. Even one that's got like 40,000, 50,000 miles. Now these are diesels and these are like super duty trucks. They're like $67,000 for a year old with 50,000 miles on it. It's just insane, these trucks. But it isn't much different when you go look at some of these souped up Mustangs too. Yeah, trucks are bucks. Ain't that the truth? Tinfoil hat is here. Man, I'm whipped. Finally sleeping well again. For a long time, man, didn't matter what time I went to bed. I'd wake up like 2 o'clock in the morning for a couple hours. Now it's like I'm finally sleeping through the night, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, trucks do not increase in value over time. It's a liability. Just like I said, brand new, the trucks are, $81,000, and here we are a year later, they're 67,000. So that kind of tells you right there. They got all the same features. It's not like they changed. So that's a depreciating asset, not increasing in value. But to me, it's a necessary thing with the type of work that I do. I need a truck. Oh, classic trucks, yeah. Yeah, if you get a classic one, that's different. But I need a kind of a beater for the stuff that I'm doing all the time. I have to admit, things have slowed down because I kind of caught everything up. All the properties were all kind of completed. All of even the house here, uh, just kind of finished everything. It just kind of got done finally. So that's great. I really have to do a top to bottom cleaning of the house though. Holy crap. We've been living here 3 years and I realized this thing needs like a super clean. I'm going to do a 30-minute live stream tonight. Because like I said, I just punched out a video if anybody's had a chance to look at that for the members. So I just want to plug the membership thing because I do specific videos for members, and then I change it out, strip out some of the, we'll call it intellectual property stuff, and so that you don't get to see that if you're just a subscriber, but I still give you good content. I just give more information. Early next week, I will do a video to talk about the miners and how they're performing. I want to get back and look at break down some of these miners. We haven't done them in a while. So we'll look at some of those individually. Yeah, 1-ounce gold eagles are great. Buffaloes are great. I like silver eagles and I like platinum eagles too. Minnesota Brian is here. Well, we got 32 people on a Saturday night. Anybody watching the football games? I haven't had time to look at football games today. Any of the college at all. Busy. Another great day. So one of the things I put in the video was don't be surprised we start seeing significant supply chain disruptions because there's like a lag on things other than like fresh vegetables. It could be months lag from when things are interrupted to when it actually happens in the stores. So some of the not necessarily videos, but the websites I've been looking at, they've saying that we're about ready to start seeing these things hitting us now. Think about, we'll use like a worst case example, and like chicken processing plants, they'd have people sitting side by side each other, and for rows and rows and rows on the line this way, on each side of the line, and then be processing thousands of chickens. Well, with the social distancing, they had to spread them out, which means you have to slow the line way down, or you have to build additional plants, which it takes forever to build additional plants. So meat packing plants are the same. You think about any assembly lines where people are side by side by side, they had to spread them out. So it's going to be hitting us here real soon. And I I hope, as long as I've been telling you guys to get prepped on this stuff. In fact, somebody was talking about right at the beginning, they were doing some freeze drying. People, I'm telling you, you better get some canning done. You better keep your gardens going, all this kind of stuff, because it could be the end of the line. A lot of the food you're used to getting may not be there. I want you to I want you to thrive by listening to this channel. I don't want you to just survive. I want you to thrive, and that's what we're trying to do with precious metals. You want to be able to come out on the other side better than when you went in, and it has to do with being a contrarian, and getting ahead of the wave before it comes and ride the wave in. A lot of people are not going to know what hit them when this hits them. Like I said, last time around, we went from single family breadwinner to where two people had to work. What are you going to do this time? The only thing you can do is have multiple generations moving in together. That's already kind of happened where, you have failure to launch for some of the kids because there aren't jobs. But I think it's going to be, even people that have been in careers for nearly 20 years, they're going to be out of work and they're going to have to go home. Oh, good. On the treadmill. I'll tell you, it's really interesting. She's been up in the weights every time I go in there, so I'm making progress. But I'm not, what do you call it, Arnold Schwarzenegger yet. I'll never be that because I'm not going to do injections or anything. But I definitely can feel that I'm getting stronger. Yeah, the not only vitamins but prescription drugs. There's been several things over this year that I've been prescribed that I had to go back to my doctor and said, pharmacists can't find this, and they had to go find an alternative. So prescription drugs are totally screwed up right now, and probably will be for a long time. Yeah, I wasn't just talking about food. I was just using that as an example. Um, Anything that's an assembly line, people sitting side by side by side, it's a problem. I got my hair cut, but it seems like she only did the sides and not so much on the top. I need a little bit more off the top, it looks like. Time for robots, except for how do you pay the people? Somebody's got to make the robots too. I guess pretty soon robots will make robots. Yeah, the Floby. I've still been trying to buy that, but they're still not online. Un- so Minnesota Brian, he was wondering how the U.S. dollar can rise with the debt, 90% of GDP. It had something to do with China this week. I talked about it. I can't remember exactly what the deal was, but the offshore yuan had kind of collapsed, which made the U.S. go up. So I don't know if they intentionally or unintentionally devalued, but that's kind of what happened. So I'm not sure what our response is going to be, but that's one of the reasons why the dollar went up. Oh, yeah, sorry, yawning here. Terrible. Should have done a 5-hour energy drink. We're at 19 minutes. Counting down. Have you guys noticed the temperatures really dropped, at least here in North Georgia? It's amazing how much cooler it's been. And we're going to be in the 50s towards the end of this coming week. predictions about the election outcomes. It was kind of funny. It didn't really matter one way or the other last time. So I don't know what the deal is. I couldn't predict. Yeah, I have really done very well as far as by knocking off the weight. It's made a big difference. And by the way, this whole COVID thing, you got to realize if you are overweight, you're making yourself more susceptible to this disease. So anything that you can do to improve your health, it's imperative that you do this with this kind of stuff hanging out there. Just remember, there's all kinds of stuff going on in this blasted planet that can take you out, much less just trying to drive to work. You can get taken out, but try to control the things you can. Your health is one of them. So many of these diseases that people get, you think about heart disease and diabetes. Most of these things are self-inflicted. So do what you can to try to keep from having those issues. I need to pull that thing up. I did an analysis of all the stupid things that were that people die from. The top 75 or 80% of the things that people die from, and it's amazing the percentage of them that are you kind of control. So as far as what are we going to do with currencies? Anytime we switch over, I got a feeling it's going to take time. Don't think that this is going to be one day you're going to have FedCoin or something and everything else is turned off. It doesn't really work that way. When we switched over to the petrodollar, it took like 10 years. So it may be one of these things that they'll tell you something's happening. In fact, they may not even tell you. You just may see like the coins are disappearing, right? And it may be that they're not necessarily removing them, but because of people not spending as much money, the coins just don't move. And so it makes it appear like there's a shortage. But there could be a number of ways that they implement this. And it's, again, there's somebody behind the curtain that is doing a lot of this stuff. And we're just not privy to it. And I'm trying to peel back, blow the fog away, look through and try to see what's coming. And we're trying to use past history as a guide, but I still say don't put all your eggs in one basket, kind of spread it around. And it's because we don't know. Nobody knows. And if we did know, it'd be like above top secret and they'd have to kill you if they told you type thing. So this is never going to be released. Stocking up on Moringa oleifera, whatever that is. Sorry, man, I don't know what that is. It wouldn't surprise me that the government comes out with some crypto or quantum something or other, and and then they'll just say anything else is illegal. Okay, so some rich in antioxidants. I just like eating blueberries and peaches and pears and grapes, even strawberries. I love strawberries. I could eat them all day. But yeah, don't be surprised. They will. The government does not like competition, so they will. There's certain reasons why things are allowed. One of the big reasons I heard with Bitcoin was to get money out of like Hong Kong and China and everything else. So that's what it was used for. But it's kind of probably served its purpose, and they're going to come out with what they want you to use. They'll tell you to use it, and that's what you're going to use. But I don't know. Yeah, they can't. Nobody's allowed to talk about this stuff. Like I said, it would be above top secret. So don't think they're ever going to tell you what's going to happen. In fact, if they tell you something, it's probably a lie. Aaron Collins is in the house. I do love sauteed mushrooms and onions, and heck, I even like raw mushrooms cut up in my salad. I love avocado, or in fact, I had some guacamole the other day. It was outstanding. Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing. Nobody. I mean, everybody's out there on these. I mean, these YouTube channels. They'll go off and say January 1st is coming out. They have no idea, folks. They just don't know. So they'll do it just to get a headline. I try to avoid doing stuff like that. I just try to show you the trend. So, Richard, did you not ever get your stimulus check from this past year? I mean, I think I got mine, a month or so ago, but it was a while ago. E&M, that's ridiculous. I can't believe you haven't got your stimulus check. I know one of my tenants hadn't got theirs yet either. Yeah, I don't know. We should. Somebody was saying I should do one of those. What do you call it? Conference calls online. I forget what the mode is that you can do that with. Maybe I'll do that for the members. We'll do a special thing here once I get this all set up, and I'll send out a code to the members so that they can call in for a special live conference call. I'll have to print out charts and hold them up and say, okay, this is what the chart looks like, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. I could do that before this as well. That would be good. I just cooked 2 6-pound chickens for lunch today, or dinner, I guess it actually was, and I made some smashed potatoes, corn and gravy. Outstanding. Chickens that I grew. Yeah, I would argue the membership is a fairly good deal, and it's going to get better. It's just I'm going through, a major change here, and I think I got a lot of ideas for improvements here. Yeah, 1-800 call Dobson. I don't know why that didn't. It must have thought it was advertising, Richard. It blocked you. I do give special content to the members, and I'm probably going to be doing some more. And you know what I do for chickens? I will. So I cooked it today, so we got one meal. We'll probably eat it for lunch, and then one more day, and then after that, I turn it into a soup or a stew, and then you can extend it several more days, and then whatever's left over, I freeze it. That's the way I kind of play with stuff. I love soups and stews, especially with my garden out here. All right, look, I'm only doing a 30-minute video tonight because I'm absolutely beat for some reason. So I'm trying to get more sleep. I'm trying to get at least more than 8 hours each night and get caught back up because I've been sleep deprived for months here. So hopefully things are going to just get better and better from here. I have actually gone back in time to I'm 50 years old now instead of 60. It's a magical thing. I don't know how that worked, but it did. I've never had really wrinkles like a lot of my friends have. So I look up here, I get a little bit of crow's feet, just a small amount. But even though I've been outside a lot my whole life, I just never seem to get the same aging effect a lot of people have. And my girlfriend is 49. So if I look like 49, that's fantastic, right? All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up. We got 15 seconds. I'll give one more question. Any more questions? I'm hot too. I'm going to get me a glass of wine. I'm going to go get in the jacuzzi tub and try to get my muscles that are all beat up from working out, get them relaxed so I can have a good night's sleep. So I hope everybody's treating you well. I hope you're doing well. Remember, do the best you can. God bless.